Hi, I'm Collins. 3 weeks ago, I had major back surgery to repair a herniated disc that had been causing me excruciating pain for months. My husband Derek's mother, Eleanor, insisted on staying with us to help with my recovery. I should have known better. How are you feeling this morning, dear? Eleanor's voice carried that sugary sweetness as she entered my bedroom, setting down a cup of tea on my nightstand. In a lot of pain, actually. I think it's time for my medication, I replied, wincing as I tried to shift positions. Eleanor's lips tightened slightly. You just took some yesterday afternoon. Surely you don't need more so soon. These painkillers are terribly addictive, you know. That was over 12 hours ago, Eleanor. The doctor prescribed them every 6 hours as needed. I reached for the bottle on my nightstand, but it wasn't there. Have you seen my medication? Oh, I put those away somewhere safe, she said, fluffing my pillow unnecessarily. We don't want you becoming dependent. My stomach dropped. What do you mean you put them away? I need those pills. My doctor prescribed them. I've raised 3 children, Collins. I know how these things work. A little pain builds character. You'll thank me later. Eleanor, this isn't a scraped knee. I had vertebrae fused together. Please bring me my medication. She patted my hand condescendingly. Let's try some herbal tea instead. My mother swore by it. Derek walked in, frowning at my tear-streaked face. What's going on? Your mother has hidden my pain medication, I explained through gritted teeth. Mom, is that true? Derek asked, his expression incredulous. I'm protecting her, Eleanor insisted. These young people get addicted so easily. Remember your cousin Robert? Robert had a street drug problem, not a prescription after major surgery, Derek countered. Where did you put Collins's medication? It's better this way, Eleanor said firmly. Trust me. Mom, this isn't your decision to make. Where are the pills? Eleanor crossed her arms. I won't be part of enabling an addiction. My phone buzzed, my friend Maya texting to check on me. Through tears, I quickly typed, Your mother-in-law hid my pain meds. In agony. Help. Derek, I can't do this, I sobbed. The pain is unbearable. I'll find them, he promised, guiding his mother from the room. Minutes later, Maya called. What the hell is going on over there? Eleanor thinks she's saving me from addiction, I explained, trying to keep my voice down. She's hidden all my medication. That's not just cruel. It's illegal, Maya said firmly. Did Derek find them? He's looking now, but she's refusing to say where they are. I'm calling Dr. Chen, Maya decided. This is medical neglect, and then I'm coming over. No, don't. Collins, listen to me, Maya cut in, her tone serious. What she's doing is withholding prescribed medication from someone post-surgery. That's abuse. This isn't a family squabble. It's a crime. An hour later, Maya arrived with Dr. Chen on speakerphone, finding me curled up and sobbing while Derek turned the house upside down. Mrs. Wright, Dr. Chen addressed Eleanor directly. Withholding prescribed pain medication is interfering with medical treatment. If you don't return those medications immediately, I'll have no choice but to report this situation to authorities. Eleanor's face paled. I was only thinking of Colin's well-being. No, I said through tears. You were thinking of your control. This ends now. Have you found anything? Maya asked Derek as she helped me to the living room couch. Derek ran his hands through his hair. I've searched everywhere. Mom still won't tell me where she put them. Eleanor sat rigidly in the armchair across from us. I don't appreciate being threatened with authorities. I'm family. Family doesn't torture family, I shot back. Do you have any idea what this feels like? You're being dramatic, Eleanor sniffed. In my day... In your day, nothing, Derek interrupted. This isn't about you or your outdated ideas. Where are Collins's medications? The doorbell rang. Maya answered it, returning with our neighbor Tom, a police officer who lived down the street. Hey, Collins, Derek. Tom nodded, then looked at Eleanor. Ma'am, Maya called me. I understand there's a situation with prescribed medication being withheld? Eleanor's eyes widened. This is a family matter. Actually, Tom replied evenly. Interfering with prescribed medical treatment is potentially a criminal offense. Depending on the circumstances, It could be considered abuse or negligence. That's absurd. Eleanor stood up. I was protecting her. From what? I asked, my voice shaking. From following my doctor's orders? From managing pain after having my spine operated on? Pills killed Janet Miller's son, Eleanor insisted. I've seen the news. Derek stepped forward. Mom, this isn't the news. This is Collins, your daughter-in-law, who had major surgery and is in excruciating pain because you've decided you know better than her doctor. I think we need to resolve this immediately, Tom said firmly. Mrs. Wright, where are the medications? Eleanor's lips thinned. I disposed of them. The room fell silent. Maya gasped. Derek stared at his mother in disbelief. You what? I whispered. I flushed them, Eleanor declared. For your own good. Tom took out his notepad. Mrs. Wright, you deliberately disposed of prescription medication that didn't belong to you? They were dangerous, she insisted. Mom, do you realize what you've done? Derek's voice cracked. Collins needed those. Dr. Chen warned this might happen, Maya said, pulling out her phone. He said to call him immediately if the meds couldn't be recovered. Within an hour, Dr. Chen had called in a new prescription, which Tom personally picked up from the pharmacy. Meanwhile, Eleanor continued justifying her actions. When you have children, you'll understand, she told Derek. Sometimes tough love is necessary. This wasn't love, I replied, as Maya handed me water and the new medication. This was control and cruelty. Derek paced the room. I can't believe you'd do this, Mom. Derek, surely you see I was trying to help. No, he said firmly. I don't see that at all. Tom returned with my new prescription. Mrs. Wright, Dr. Chen has documented this incident. I strongly suggest you return to your home while the family decides how to proceed. You can't kick me out of my son's house? Eleanor protested. Actually, Derek said quietly, I think that's exactly what needs to happen. The following morning, after my first night with proper pain management, Derek and I sat at our kitchen table waiting for Eleanor to arrive. We'd asked her to come over to discuss what had happened. Are you sure you're up for this? Derek squeezed my hand. Absolutely, I replied. I've never been more certain of anything. The doorbell rang. Derek answered and returned with Eleanor, who carried a large basket of muffins. I thought we could talk over breakfast, she said, setting down the basket as if nothing had happened. We're not hungry, I said flatly. Please sit down. Eleanor took a seat, smoothing her skirt. I sense you're still upset. I hope you've had time to reconsider your reaction. Reconsider? I leaned forward, ignoring the twinge in my back. You deliberately hid medication prescribed to me by a doctor. Then you destroyed it. Do you understand what you did? I was protecting you from addiction, Eleanor insisted. My bridge club friend Martha's daughter-in-law got hooked on those very same pills. That wasn't your decision to make, Derek said firmly. Collins was following her doctor's instructions. Doctors overprescribe, Eleanor waved dismissively. Everyone knows that. Stop, I raised my voice. Just stop with the excuses. You deliberately caused me pain. You interfered with my medical treatment. You committed a crime. Eleanor's eyes widened. A crime? Don't be ridiculous. It is a crime, Derek confirmed. Tom explained it all yesterday. Tampering with someone's prescription medication is illegal. I'm family. I was helping. No, I said, meeting her gaze steadily. You were controlling. You decided your opinions trumped medical expertise and my basic right to pain management. You're overreacting, Eleanor scoffed. In a few weeks, you'll thank me for preventing addiction. Mom, Derek's voice hardened. Collins could have suffered serious complications. Post-surgical pain management isn't optional. It's essential for proper healing. I did what any good mother would do, Eleanor insisted. A good mother would respect boundaries, I countered. A good mother wouldn't torture her daughter-in-law. Torture? Eleanor gasped. How dare you? What would you call deliberately causing someone excruciating pain? I asked. I call it intervention, Eleanor snapped. Someone needed to take responsibility. That responsibility wasn't yours to take, Derek said. We've made a decision, Mom. What decision? Eleanor looked between us. We're filing a formal report, I said quietly. Dr. Chen has already documented the medical interference. Tom has taken a statement. You can't be serious, Eleanor's voice rose. Over some pills? I was helping. You caused Collins serious harm, Derek stated, and you show no remorse. This is absurd. Eleanor stood up, her chair scraping loudly. Derek, are you really choosing her over your own mother? This isn't about choosing sides, Derek replied. This is about what's right. What's right? Eleanor laughed bitterly. What's right is respecting your mother. I changed your diapers, nursed you through chickenpox, paid for your college education, and this is how you repay me? Don't try emotional manipulation, I said. This isn't about what you did for Derek 30 years ago. This is about what you did to me 3 days ago. You've poisoned my son against me, Eleanor hissed, pointing a finger at me. You've always been jealous of our relationship. Derek stood up. That's enough, Mom. Collins hasn't poisoned me against anyone. Your actions have shown me exactly who you are. And who am I, exactly? Eleanor challenged, her voice rising. Someone who would rather see a family member suffer than admit she might be wrong, Derek replied quietly. Someone who values control over compassion? Eleanor's face contorted with anger. I apologize if I upset you, Collins. There. Is that what you want to hear? What I want is for you to understand what you did was wrong, I said. But clearly you don't. Fine. Eleanor grabbed her purse. If you want to destroy this family over nothing, go ahead. But you'll regret this. Both of you. As she reached the door, Eleanor turned back. When you come to your senses, Derek, call me. Don't threaten my husband, I said, rising painfully from my chair. And don't expect an invitation back into our home. All rise for the Honorable Judge Michaels, the bailiff announced. I stood carefully, still mindful of my back 3 months after surgery. Derek squeezed my hand as Eleanor entered with her attorney. Please be seated, Judge Michaels instructed. We're here regarding case number 287C, Collins Wright versus Eleanor Wright, regarding the alleged tampering with prescribed medication. After the opening statements, Dr. Chen took the stand, explaining the importance of post-surgical pain management and the potential complications from inadequate treatment. In your professional opinion, doctor, what harm might Mrs. Wright have suffered from this interference? The prosecutor asked. Beyond unnecessary physical pain, inadequate pain control after surgery can lead to increased risk of complications, delayed healing, and potential chronic pain development, Dr. Chen explained. It also causes significant psychological distress. When it was Eleanor's turn to testify, her attorney had clearly coached her to appear remorseful. I was concerned about addiction risks, Eleanor explained. I never meant to cause harm. Yet you deliberately disposed of medication that wasn't yours, the prosecutor challenged. Medication you knew was prescribed by a doctor for post-surgical pain. I thought I was helping, Eleanor insisted. By causing your daughter-in-law to suffer needlessly? Eleanor's facade cracked slightly. These young people are so soft nowadays. A little pain builds character. Murmurs rippled through the courtroom. Judge Michaels frowned. Mrs. Wright, the prosecutor continued, did you at any point consult with Dr. Chen about your concerns? No, but I've read plenty of articles about... Yes or no, please. No, Eleanor admitted reluctantly. And when your son asked you to return the medication, did you comply? I was trying to protect... Yes or no, Mrs. Wright? Eleanor glared. No. No further questions, Your Honor. When Maya testified, she described finding me in tears, unable to move from pain. Could you describe Collins's condition when you arrived? The prosecutor asked. She was curled up in bed, sobbing, Maya recalled. Her face was pale and she was shaking. I've known Collins for 15 years and I've never seen her like that. And what did Mrs. Eleanor Wright say when confronted? She kept insisting she knew better than the doctor, Maya replied. Even after Dr. Chen explained the medical necessity over the phone, she showed no remorse. Objection! Eleanor's attorney stood. calls for speculation about my client's feelings. Sustained, Judge Michaels ruled. After closing arguments, the judge delivered her verdict. Mrs. Eleanor Wright, the court finds you guilty of tampering with a prescription medication and reckless endangerment. I'm sentencing you to 6 months probation, mandatory community service at a pain management clinic, and completion of a boundaries and respect course. Outside the courthouse, Eleanor approached us. Collins, Derek, surely we can put this behind us now. I've been punished. I've apologized. You've been held accountable, I corrected her. That's different from punishment. I'm still your mother, Derek, Eleanor appealed. Family forgives. Some things aren't forgivable, Derek replied. You showed us who you really are, Mom. What happens now? Eleanor asked, her voice smaller. You comply with the court's orders, I said. You stay away from us. You reflect on why controlling someone else's medical care was more important to you than their well-being. You can't mean that. Eleanor's eyes widened. We're family. Family doesn't torture family. I repeated my words from that terrible day. You made your choice. Now we've made ours. This is ridiculous. Eleanor's voice hardened again. After everything I've done for this family? Derek, you can't possibly… I think we're done here, Derek interrupted, taking my arm gently. Goodbye, Mom. As Eleanor walked away, Maya joined us on the courthouse steps. How are you feeling? She asked, hugging me carefully. Vindicated, I replied. And finally healing, properly. I'm so proud of you both, Maya said. Standing up to family is the hardest thing. It wasn't a choice, Derek said, his voice firm but sad. Some lines can't be uncrossed. Later that evening, as Derek and I sat on our porch swing, I reflected on the past months. Do you regret standing up to your mother? Never, Derek said firmly. What she did was unforgivable. Some might say we should reconcile eventually, I mused. Some haven't experienced what we did, Derek replied. Everyone has opinions on forgiveness until they're the ones who were harmed. Your aunt called today, I mentioned. She wanted to know if we'd reconsider. Derek sighed. What did you tell her? That forgiveness doesn't require reconciliation, I explained. That we can move forward without allowing someone toxic back into our lives. How did she take it? She didn't understand, I shrugged. But that's okay. She doesn't have to. I nodded, leaning against his shoulder. I've been thinking about starting a support group for people whose medical care was interfered with by family members. It happens more than people realize. That's a great idea, Derek smiled. Turning pain into purpose. Dr. Chen said he'd help, I added. He's seen too many cases like mine. You're amazing, you know that? Derek kissed my forehead. Most people would still be stuck in anger. Oh, I'm still angry, I laughed softly, but I'm channeling it somewhere useful. As the sun set, I thought about all those who might be suffering silently at the hands of controlling family members. How many others had their pain dismissed, their treatment sabotaged by those who claimed to love them? What would you do if someone who was supposed to care for you caused you deliberate harm instead? Would you find the strength to stand up for yourself, even against family?